Christopher Wray announces he's stepping down. Patel reacts. Trump reacts. Bolton is scared out of his mind, okay? And we're going to break everything down for you here, guys, man. I got a couple of articles. This is Christopher Wray and his announcement. We're about to watch it, and then we're going to get into exactly why Christopher Wray is getting kicked out or why he's calling it a day. And then we're going to get into Trump's reaction, Patel's reaction, and John Bolton scared out of his mind, guys. All right, let's get into it. Let's jump in, guys.
FBI Director Christopher Wray announced his resignation on Wednesday, saying that it will take effect in January with the incoming Trump administration. The 57-year-old addressed FBI employees during a town hall, stating the decision came after, quote, weeks of careful thought. His departure follows mounting pressure from both GOP senators and President-elect Donald Trump, who expressed dissatisfaction with his leadership. During his address, Wray emphasized his dedication to the Bureau's mission, saying, quote, my goal is to keep the focus on our mission, the indispensable work you're doing on behalf of the American people every day. He described the decision as a deeply personal one, saying it was not easy for him and he loved working at the Bureau. I love our people, he said, but my focus is and always has been on doing what's right for the FBI. Wray also underscored the importance of preserving the Bureau's independence and core values, urging his colleagues to remain committed to the objectivity and rule of law, despite the challenges of political scrutiny in the current era. The outgoing director, however, did not mention Kash Patel, whom Trump has already named as his successor. His resignation signals a pivotal change for the FBI as it prepares to transition leadership in a new administration and before the end of his tenure term.
Objectivity, independence, and the rule of law is not what I would be using to describe the FBI over the last 15 years at all, really. Especially not under James Comey with the FISA warrant and the Steele dossier and everything. And dude, and then you had the special counsel that was appointed, and then Christopher Wray with the Mar-a-Lago raid with all these staged documents, dude. Like, we're gonna get into it all, man. FBI Director Christopher Wray announced Wednesday he was stepping down as head of the Bureau just days after Republicans expressed a loss of confidence in him. Wray, 57, told FBI employees in an afternoon town hall that after weeks of careful thought, he decided to resign in January at the end of the current administration, caving to pressure from GOP senators and President-elect Donald Trump. My goal is to keep the focus on our mission, the indispensable work you're doing on behalf of the American people every day, he said. In my view, this is the best way to avoid dragging the Bureau deeper into the fray while reinforcing the values and principles that are so important to the work we do. It should go without saying, but I'll say it anyway. This is not easy for me. I love this place. I love our mission and I love our people, but my focus is and always has been on us doing what's right for the FBI. What absolutely cannot and must not change is our commitment to doing the right thing the right way every time. He also said, our adherence to our core values and our dedication to independence, objectivity, and our defense of the rule of law. Those fundamental aspects of who we are must never change. Wray is 7 years into a 10-year term and had been tapped by Trump in 2017 after Republicans had ousted his predecessor, James Comey, similarly cutting short his tenure. Yeah, well, James Comey had literally violated the law and basically defrauded the FISA court. Are you kidding me? That Steele dossier was obviously a hack. And the games that they played with the FISA warrant, dude, they literally had an entire review on all the games that they played with the FISA warrant. And then Christopher Wray, after they'd gotten the review, came out and was like, look, we're making changes to the FBI, guys. We're so sorry. We're so sorry for what James Comey did. So even Christopher Wray, the guy that was so sketchy in the Mar-a-Lago raid, and we're going to look into exactly why, had to apologize for James Comey, man. Like, these people are corrupt. They're part of a neoliberal, corporatist establishment that nobody likes on either side. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. These people are not your friends, man. Wray had served as a lawyer from former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie during the Bridgegate controversy, which is why former Trump ally turned foe was recommended for the role. Livid over the 2022 FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago in search of classified documents and other grievances, Trump had made clear either Wray needs to step aside, or would be fired. Wray had been privately telling those close confidants for days that he intended to step aside. During his town hall, the FBI honcho did not appear to reference Kash Patel, the successor whom Trump 78 had tapped to lead the Bureau. I look forward to a smooth transition at the FBI, and I'll be ready to go on day one, Patel told reporters in his reaction to Christopher Wray's announcement, and we're going to get into that. Trump was far less diplomatic in his reaction. Yo, and this is why, look, this is why Christopher Wray has got to go, guys. Okay, these are the games that was being played in that Mar-a-Lago raid, and exactly why there was some partisan hackery. And this is a perfect example of why the FBI needs to be reformed in a major way, because it's been a partisan organization that's used to generate opposition research or opposition key talking points to throw in the media. Oh, my opponent's under investigation, blah, 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 blah. Dude, man, look, in this picture launched 1,000 clutching pearls. You guys remember this, right? This famous picture in Mar-a-Lago, right? The one that they turned off all the security cameras to set up and take, right? A few weeks after the armed FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago in August 2022, the Department of Justice released a stunning photograph depicting the alleged contraband seized from Donald Trump's Palm Beach estate that day. The image showed colored sheets of paper representing scary classification levels attached to files purportedly discovered in Trump's private office, included as a government exhibit to oppose Trump's lawsuit requesting a special master to vet the 13,000 items taken from his residence. The crime scene pic immediately went viral. Man, and so they even used it in the court proceeding as a counter to Trump saying, yo, man, what's wrong with you guys? We need a special independent master. And they're saying, oh, man, are you kidding me? He can't ask for a special. Look at how he was storing these documents. At the time, even regime-friendly mouthpieces questioned the need and optics of the raid. The photo helped juice the DOJ's justification for storming Trump's castle. The question of whether Trump had classified material with him as part of Mar-a-Lago resort has captured the public's attention. The photo published by the government appears to answer the question quite affirmatively, the Washington Post said. And the resident fact-checker, Philip Bump, some of Bump's colleagues were more hyperbolic. An ex-CIA officer told NBC News the cover sheets indicated the highest level of secrecy, in which in the wrong hands could have resulted in murder. Oh, you mean like Hillary Clinton and Benghazi? People's lives are truly at stake. Without being melodramatic, anything that helps an adversary identify human source means life and death. Oh, shoot. Cut. Intelligence experts Douglas London melodramatically warned in reaction to the photo. Man, bro, you mean like Hillary Clinton and Benghazi? The New York Times insisted the photo was consistent with how the FBI handles criminal investigations. It's standard practice for the FBI to take evidentiary pictures of materials recovered in search to ensure that items are properly cataloged and accounted for. Files or documents that are not tossed around randomly and that they might appear that way, they're usually splayed out so they can be separately identified for their markings. Except that's not what happened. A stunt with potentially case-killing consequences. New court filings in Special Jack Counsel Smith's espionage and obstruction case against Trump and two co-defendants conclusively demonstrate that the government used the cover sheets to deceive the public as well as the court. The photo was a stunt, and one that adds more fuel to this dumpster fire case. Jay Bratt, who was the lead DOJ prosecutor on the investigation at the time and is now assigned to Smith's team, described the photo this way in his August 30th, 2022 response to Trump team's special master lawsuit. 13 boxes or containers contain documents with classification markings, and in all, over 100 unique documents with classification markings were seized. Certain of the documents had color cover sheets indicating their status. Emphasis on added. See attachment F, redacted FBI photo of certain documents. Okay. The DOJ's clever wordsmithing did not accurately describe the origin of the cover sheets in what must be considered only an act of doctoring evidence, but willfully misleading the American people into believing the former president is a criminal and a threat to national security. Agents involved in the raid attached the cover sheets to at least 7 files to stage the photo. The agents attached the cover sheets to at least 7 files to stage the photo. The classified cover sheets were not recovered in the container, contrary to Brat's declaration in court. In fact, after being busted recently by defense attorneys for mishandling evidence in the case, Brat had to fess up about how the cover sheets actually ended up on the documents. Here's Brat's new version of the story, where he finally admits a critical detail that he failed to disclose in his August 2022 filing. If the investigative team found a document with classification markings, it removed the document, segregated it, and placed it with a placeholder sheet. The investigative team used classified cover sheets for that purpose. So they brought placeholder sheets and used classified cover sheets for that purpose. But before the official cover sheet were used as placeholders, the agents apparently used them as props. FBI agents took it upon themselves to paperclip sheets to documents, something evident given the uniform nature of how each cover sheet is clipped to each file in the photo, laid them on the floor, and snapped a picture for political posterity. Okay, that raises many troubling questions, to say the least, about the FBI's handling of the alleged incriminating documents. That's why nobody's happy with Christopher Wray right now. That's why nobody's messing around with Christopher Wray. Okay, and that's exactly why Trump is happy that Christopher Wray is gone. Let's read about his reaction. All right, Christopher Wray, who has a record of setting up innocent men in fake kidnapping plots, spying on Catholics at church, raiding the homes of peaceful pro-life activists, terrorizing J6 protesters, and targeting parents of school board meetings, announced that he will be resigning in January before Trump fires him. After weeks of careful thought, I've decided to get the hell out of everybody's way. Trump's reaction is that it's a great day for America. The resignation of Christopher Wray is a great day for America, as it ends the weaponization of what has become known as the United States Department of Injustice. I just don't know what happened to him. We will now restore the rule of law for all Americans under the leadership of Christopher Wray. The FBI illegally raided my home without cause, worked diligently on illegally impeaching and indicting me, and has done everything else to interfere with the success and future of America. They have used their vast powers to threaten and destroy many innocent Americans, some of which will never be able to recover from what has been done to them. Kash Patel is the most qualified nominee to lead the FBI in the agency's history and is committed to helping ensure that law, order, and justice will be brought back to our country again and soon. As everybody knows, I have a great respect for the rank and file of the FBI, and they have a great respect for me. They want to see these changes every bit as much as I do, but more importantly, the American people are demanding a strong but fair system of justice. We want our FBI back, and that will now happen. I look forward to Kash Patel's confirmation so that process of making the FBI great again can begin. Thank you. That's Trump's, his Truth Social post if y'all want to check it out. Dude, but we've also got Kash Patel's reaction. So guys, let's hear what Kash Patel had to say about it.
We look forward to a very smooth transition at the FBI, and I'll be ready to go on day one.
Have you talked to President-elect Trump? He just issued a statement on Truth Social supporting you once again and saying this is a great day. Any response to the President-elect? Did he call you after the Wray announcement?
Do you think it was smart for him to resign, Mr. Patel?
Okay, he doesn't plan on saying nothing else. Got it. Cool. Hey, he's ready to go on day one, man. Yo, and he is seriously ready to go on day one. And he's going to tell us in a second exactly what he's doing on day one. And Bolton is scared out of his mind right now, dude. Bolton trashes Trump FBI pick Kash Patel. Former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton skewered President-elect Donald Trump's FBI nominee Kash Patel, accusing him of doing shoddy work and inflating his resume. An op-ed for Wall Street Journal straightforwardly titled "Kash Patel Doesn't Belong at the FBI," Trump's former national security advisor excoriated Patel for his conduct during the first Trump administration as senior director of the counterterrorism directorate for the National Security Council. Bolton went so far as to compare Patel to Soviet dictator Stalin. Infamous NVKD director Lavrenti Beria, who oversaw many of the worst regime's crime. What the? Yo, this dude. These are but a few of many cases that touch directly on Patel's character and his consistent approach of placing obedience to Trump above other high considerations. Most importantly, loyalty to the Constitution. Like I trust a neoliberal corporatist like Bolton to even have loyalty to the Constitution himself. He wrote after recounting other negative experiences with Patel. His conduct in Mr. Trump's first term and thereafter indicates that as FBI director, director, he would operate according to Laventry Beria's reported commitment to Joseph Stalin. Show me the man and I'll show you the crime. Whatever, dude. What emotional rhetoric, guys. Propaganda. Emotional rhetoric. Propaganda. If he had anything real to say, he'd be talking about policies. Through the op-ed, Bolton accused Patel of exaggerating his role in the first administration and inflating his resume. His puffery was characteristic of resume inflation we detected when Mr. Trump pressed on him. We found he exaggerated his role in cases he worked in the Justice Department lawyer before joining Mr. Nunes committee staff. Given the sensitivity of NSC's responsibilities, problems of credibility or reliability would ordinarily disqualify any job applicant. What about an example? If there was an example, wouldn't you present one? Bolton recalled an episode a month before his resignation when two other White House officials, Charles Kupperman and White House counsel Pat Cipollone, were called to the Oval Office to discuss possible role of Patel as an administration enforcer of presidential loyalty, to which the two strongly objected. Okay, so he's not an administration enforcer of presidential loyalty. Bolton's other objections revolved around previously reported claims of other officials, such as former Defense Secretary Mark Esper's story about Patel endangering a Navy SEAL mission. Patel needs to come out here with the lawsuits, man. Screw that. I regret I didn't fully discern Mr. Patel's threat immediately, Bolton said, but here we are now, fairly warned. Senators won't escape history's judgment if they vote to confirm him. Bolton has been highly critical of Trump's cabinet picks, especially Director of National Intelligence nominee Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, what did he claim? She's a Russian asset, or she's been bought up by Russian propaganda? That's all they got. Russia. Dude, Russia, and then manipulating you through the language of empathy, dude. He called for the FBI to investigate both last month, man. Dude, man. He called Gates the worst cabinet level appointment in history. Oh my God, dude. Comparing the nomination to the legend of the Roman emperor. Whoa, this dude does not stop with this emotional rhetoric, dude. Ridiculous. This right here, this is why Bolton is scared of Patel. Right here. I'm going to show you guys right now.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops. You're cops. Go be cops. Go chase down murderers and rapists and drug dealers and violent offenders. What do you need 7,000 people there for? Same thing with DOJ. What are all these people doing here?
Let's get into the deep state.
That's why Bolton's scared, dude, okay? Because the guy's got some cojones, and he's willing to actually reform the FBI, all right? Like, dude. But I wanted to point out real quick, man. Dude, he's got a lot of support so far in the GOP. Kash Patel might actually be able to make it through the nomination system, dude. Like this seems pretty exciting. Dozens of Republican state attorneys are backing Kash Patel, whom President-elect Trump has chosen to lead the FBI in his next administration. In a letter to incoming Senate Republican leader John Thune, who currently serves as Senate Minority Whip, and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Republican attorneys general advocated for Patel to be the next FBI director. Kash Patel is the leader of the Federal Bureau of Investigation needs. The FBI has been a beacon for hardworking and impressive investigators, but their leadership has failed both those brave men and women as well as our country. The FBI needs smart, competent reformer as its leader. Mr. Patel is the man for the job, the letter of support read. The signers include Brenna Byrd of Iowa, Stephen Marshall of Alabama, and a whole bunch of other people. As the Attorney General, our respective states familiar with the operations of justice departments, we have in the past weighed on past nominees for the United States Justice Department positions when our own colleagues have been nominated, the Attorneys General said. And we take the rule of law seriously. Many of us are also chief law enforcement officers in our states, and we all partner with federal government and FBI when we need to ensure that justice is done. That the FBI is well run is important to us, and who runs the FBI is important to us too. So you've got attorney generals from all over the country coming out and supporting this guy. You've got a lot of senators coming out and supporting this guy. Heritage Action is pressing senators to support the guy right now. So this is good, man. Kash Patel might actually make it. Kash Patel, dude. If it was Kash Patel in the FBI, right, and then Matt Gaetz as AG, Pam Bondi might still get it done. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying she's not going to. Let's see. Jury's out. But dude, This is pretty cool stuff, man. According to state officials, Americans have a crisis in confidence in FBI's leadership. Years of scandal, including baseless investigations into Trump, have shaken the nation's trust in the agency. Rather than focusing on investigative crime and America's domestic threats, FBI seems oddly focused on investigating Trump. It's time for a leader to refocus the FBI on its core mission. But also, it's not just Trump, man. It's since the late 80s. The FBI has been used even for statewide elections, even for when somebody is connected and they need to have oppo claims on their oppo research on their opponent, dude. The FBI gets called, baseless accusations and investigations get started. It happens all the time. It wasn't just Matt Gaetz. It's not just Trump, man. It's a long history of the FBI being used as a strong arm for connected neoliberal corporatists to demonize their opponents, man. Seriously, in the Steele dossier, under James Comey and that whole system with the FISA warrant is the perfect example of exactly the process in which that stuff gets done, guys. Anyway, I thought this was awesome, right? Kash Patel, he's making it in. I used to think, man, he wasn't going to make it in. Now I've got better feelings about it. I think we got a good chance of this guy making it in, man. But anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next segment.